It's not very often that the municipality polls of a state become a big political slugfest for power or torpedoing the other's power. But then, we are talking about Delhi and Delhi MCD, where the very MCD polls were marred in controversies and deceit. Now the Supreme Court has pulled up the Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena for ordering elections of the MCD Standing Committee and also staying the voting to pick a chairman in the now BJP-controlled House. What will happen to democracy if you interfere like this? Was just one question the Supreme Court asked. The top court also asked what was the glaring hurry for holding these elections, as it sought a response from the Delhi LG's office in 2 weeks over the matter, also stating that there was a mayor present to take these decisions. Furthermore, the Supreme Court put on hold the civic body standing committee's chairperson polls. The development came after the Delhi mayor filed a plea challenging the polling of the 6th member of the MCD standing committee. What happens to democracy if you interfere like this? Is there politics in this too? The row over this election is the latest bitter back and forth between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Lieutenant Governor in the national capital, with the ruling party accusing him of acting as a proxy to disrupt governance and discredit it ahead of the assembly elections in February 2024, charges that the BJP has completely rubbished. Well, and this is just one chapter of what's in the courts. There's also several tussles between the state-ruled governments as well as the centre, particularly the opposition-ruled state governments and the governors. Let's open this up to our panelists at this point. Sidharth Sharma from the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, as well as Sandeep Kapoor, who's a Delhi BJP lair. Advocate Vivek Jain also joins us. He's a senior partner of MZM Legal LLP. Well, I believe Sidharth Sharma is not patched with us at this point, but let me just go to Sandeep Kapoor first. Sandeep Kapoor, isn't this now getting extremely embarrassing? Very strong questions by the court in this particular case, asking just very basic questions and a big reminder, a democracy quote-unquote reminder in this particular case.
See, the question is that why these committees are not being made in after 20 months? Why Aam Aadmi Party is postponing the constitution of committee? That's a big question, because in Indian democracy, the people and public are in the center. And when the election was held in 2022 December, and after result of election in January, February, March, all committees of MCD should have been constituted. First, it was the election of mayor, then standing committee members, then standing committee chairman, then zone committees, and also there are 32 ad hoc committees which has to be constituted. And these are the basics of MCD. Along with these committees, MCD decision takes place, and we do welfare activities for public. After 20 months, still we are struggling with the constitution of these committees just because of Aam Aadmi Party doesn't want to empower their councillors, BJP councillors, and they doesn't believe in constitution. Only Shelley O'Brien is a single person who has been elected so far in 20 months, and she is doing her third term. In third term also, there should be election of a mayor which has to be from Dalit. They have not been done. So why Aam Aadmi Party is running from elections in the House? That's a foremost question which has to be asked from them.
Sandeep Kapoor, I'll ask that question to the Aam Aadmi Party, but do you want to respond to what the court has asked of you? The court is asking what will happen to democracy if the LG keeps acting like this. The court has asked, who gave the power? Where does he get the power to act like this? These are not the questions that the opposition is asking or the journalists are asking this. These are questions that the court is asking.
The Supreme Court has already answered these questions in the last judgment which Supreme Court has done for the MCD. Aam Aadmi Party questions the power of LG for appointing 10 councillors from different fields, and Supreme Court has already narrated that LG
You're
is
not
correct.
answering the
He has the
question that I
power.
am
He has
asking.
the power to
I
appoint.
get your point
He has the
against the
power
Aam
to
Aadmi
appoint.
Party, and I'll go to the Aam Aadmi Party on this, but you really aren't answering the questions that I am asking you. Sir.
See, LG is the administrator of MCD. LG has a power to see that when constitution is not followed by the mayor, when mayor denied election on 26th, so LG intervened after that, and then also LG has given a chance to mayor that she should take the proceedings of the house. She should conduct the elections. But when mayor denied, deputy mayor denied, when the senior councillor denied, then on the fourth term, the senior bureaucrat was given a duty to conduct the election, which Aam Aadmi Party failed to attend. And there was no reason that Aam Aadmi Party should not
Okay,
attend that
let me
election.
just get the response
The
of Aam
question
Aadmi
is that
Party to this. Sidharth Sharma joins us. Sidharth Sharma, you've heard Sandeep Kapoor speak. Strong allegations. Of course, he has not really answered what the court has asked. Nonetheless, Sandeep Kapoor is alleging that the mayor and the Aam Aadmi Party have completely failed to follow the constitution and to follow democracy.
Well, I'll answer to that in the latter part, Sneha. But what a great fall today for Atal Bihari Vajpayee's BJP. For Atalji had resigned when he was only one vote short. Today it is sad to see insult upon injury heaped upon the entire BJP ecosystem by Indian judiciary. I think BJP should now substitute its J with a G, gate crasher. Wherever something good is happening, BJP just gate crashes it. This is now, if you recall, Sneha, umpteenth time that the judiciary has reminded BJP that in a democracy, collective always trumps above individuals. First, it was the services matter verdict, which the Modi Sarkar overturned via an ordinance. Then came BJP robbing the MCD Chandigarh mayoral elections, and today the MCD observations. Seems the whole of India has understood this BJP's how the BJP works, and that is why the whole of India has understood that the collective is greater than the individual, and that's why in the recent Lok Sabha elections, they ensured, the Indian public ensured that Modi Sarkar turned into a lame duck prime minister on two crutches. The sooner BJP realizes this, the better it will be for Indian democracy.
My question is, Shelley Abroy could have done what the LG ordered for.
Yeah,
Why didn't she do it?
Yeah, I told
of course,
you that
the court is saying that.
Yeah,
the court is saying that the mayor was there. The mayor was there certainly, but the mayor could have done what the LG ordered for.
Sneha, I said that
20
your
months.
question will be. Sneha, I said that your question would be answered in the latter part because that's a one-sentence answer. I think individual, however big he is always subservient to the collective elected representatives. That is the parliamentary democracy. Now, as far as the elections being conducted is concerned, on 5th of October, the present mayor Shelley Oberoi had already called for an election. Now, if the BJP does not have time or the patience to wait till then and brings in an outsider, it is exactly like the Indian election commissioner, chief election commissioner, being a foreigner. That is not allowed. An Indian election has to happen under an Indian chairmanship. Otherwise, tomorrow Modi ji can well decide that in his PMO, since there are so many IAS officers, what is the need for Mr. Om Birla to sit in the Lok Sabha chair? He can change his chair, and one of Modi ji's secretaries can run the show. That is not how parliamentary democracy functions. And I think that's what the judiciary has asked today of the BJP. I rest my case.
I know Advocate Vivek Jain is waiting, but very quickly, sir, just give me a few minutes before I come to you. Sandeep Kapoor, back to you. With the tone which the Supreme Court has asked these questions, one also is reminded of the several tussles that have happened between the governors and the opposition rule states, possibly in unprecedented manners. States by the opposition rule parties have gone even to the courts, have knocked at the doors of the courts, including the Supreme Court, and this has been absolutely unprecedented. And this has, of course, happened over the last few years. With what the court asked of the LG and how the cases are before the court with respect to the tussle between the governor and the states, what would your response be?
The tussle, there is no tussle because, it's a point that how democracy of India has to be built on and how constitution or act of MCD has to be followed. The first and foremost thing was that when MCD councillors were elected, within 3 months, all committees should have been formed because Delhi is suffering. Because of lack of standing committee, the contract more than 5 crore rupees has not been done. There are a lot of layout plans, and case has gone to High Court and Supreme Court also. And High Court has also ordered that a standing committee should be formed. And election of 18th member, which was scheduled on 26th, and mayor denied to conduct that election. And Aam Aadmi Party doesn't enter into house. This is first time
Sidharth
in
Sharma, do you
Indian
want to respond to this?
democracy history.
Very quickly, Sidharth Sharma.
Opposition wants to conduct
BJP
the election.
reiterating this.
So basically, the BJP spokesperson is saying that when Modi ji brought in the 3 farm laws, without that farm laws being sent to the parliamentary standing committee, he was doing something very gravely wrong. I think I welcome that statement from the BJP spokesperson, because obviously all the laws have to go through the standing committee or the parliamentary committee. And Mr. Narendra Modi, when he brought in the 3 farm laws, he did not let it go through the parliamentary standing committee and brought in his farm laws at his whims, and that's why the BJP is saying that is wrong. I completely agree with what the BJP is saying. Completely agree.